What's going on, guys? Unofficial Lego here. Hope you're all doing well. And in today's video, we have a long overdue, in my opinion, Lego City, tour and update here for our overall Lego City here that we have here on the channel. Of course, we've had a couple of updates already here for the overall channel. Really just, reconstructing the overall city and doing a lot of placing of buildings. So let's just take a dive into what we're going to be seeing here and just get right on into it. Now, a huge thing, of course, if you guys have been following the Lego City updates, you guys will probably only know that the updates have really only consisted of moving around buildings and that type of such idea, and there's a huge thing that you may or may have not actually initially noticed already with this Lego City, update here, and that is having minifigures, and minifigures absolutely everywhere, all over the overall city, doing all types of different little scenes here, as well as some vehicles in there, of course, as well. And all of the buildings, I think, are in their prompt locations, at least for as of right now, because a huge thing that we are going to be doing with our Lego City, of course, is adding, removing, moving around different types of things and getting different types of layouts and looks. Of course, this is kind of like a more original look, I guess, and style to how it originally did look before it was kind of unconstructed and kind of just used as a normal table almost at that, to just kind of put Lego on top of. But of course, this whole series is really about reconstructing it and making it back into what the Lego City display exactly was. So let's just start with some different sections here. We're going to be covering, of course, all the main different sections throughout the city and seeing their different looks here. Let's start out, of course, here with the beach here, and I added in some minifigures, of course, and this is actually, honestly, I think where I kind of spent most of the work and most of the time at that in this overall city here. And of course, another pretty interesting and big thing, I think, in my opinion, was where to put the airport for as of right now, at least, of course. And that was a very difficult thing to kind of configure there and see where an appropriate location would be for it. And I think it was an appropriate idea, rather, to put it, of course, have buildings, and then have a little bit of an ocean, a little bit of a lake type of thing here, and then have the airport right here. But that very well could change. I think this is probably one of the easily most likely things to change in the city at that, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. But let's just take here a little look here at the initial beach here. Of course, we have our two, buildings and stores right here, one being an ice cream kind of shop there and a little taco stand. There's also an ice cream lemonade stand here that's just not being used at all. There's nobody there. I just haven't put anybody there yet. And then, of course, there's also a little hot dog stand here going around the beach as well. So that's pretty nice as well. And really, kind of aside from all of that, what we have here for the minifigure wise, we have two kind of, main scenes here going on with the overall beach here. As of right now, we have a little bit of a costume party going around as of right now, with all my different minifigures that have all their different costumes here. Most of these are actually from CMF blind bag series, of course, just kind of all different series. I've literally been collecting them since I was 8 years old, so there's some kind of oldies in there as well, and then as well as some kind of newer ones, almost more like the brick guy, and then the flower and the cactus there, of course, and then they got the two shark dudes. I kind of have them talking to each other, and then you'll kind of notice I have them split then furthermore into these little groups almost at that. So these guys right here, the banana, panda, dinosaur, are taking a picture, and then you got pug guy. He's my newest one, and easily one of my most favorites at that, because I do have two pugs in real life, of course, as well, and that's a pretty cool little thing there. I was really happy to get my hands on that one, and they're conversing there with the dog, the panda, or the pug, the panda, and then this other banana guy, of course. And then right here we have the cactus, brick guy, and flower pot all conversing as well. So yeah, they're kind of split into these little groups after being put into one large group with their little costume party there, and yeah, kind of doing a little thing there, and just kind of doing little scenarios there. And then the next biggest little group here going on here at the beach here is a little birthday party here, and I think this birthday girl here is from my CMF series as well. And then I just took pretty much all the kid minifigures I feel that I actually had in my collection, which really isn't that many. I think I have a few others, and then a bunch of moms here that are all at the birthday party and hanging out and having a good time at the beach, of course. And yeah, that's kind of the second main type of scene there that's going on here at the beach. And for those of you that did actually see our other city updates, you guys probably already know a huge thing I really want to include and kind of have as a concept here in this overall city, of course, is not to really have just base plates with roads and cars just kind of going everywhere. I really want to have a lot of minifigures and different types of scenes kind of working out here with the different minifigures as well. So that's a really huge thing I'm trying to imply really overall into this overall city. So I guess it's like a third little miniature scene here, kind of to bring us into the ocean here. There's really not too much going on here, and I think it's more of like a lake kind of as right now because of the airport and just its positioning there. But we have a guy, he's getting on a little, I guess, jet ski right here, a little boat here. Oh, there's some crabs there. I don't want to forget them. We got two red ones and a silver one there, and they're just, I don't know, doing crab stuff. But anyway, the third little scene here is a dude on a surfboard here, of course, in a wetsuit and a hat, and getting on a surfboard, and I put some little studs there around him to kind of imply he's like splashing around in the water a little bit as well. And then there's a lady here eating some watermelon, taking a picture of him, and yeah, just hanging out. And that is a pretty proud thing. I am quite proud of this overall, I guess, the wave system here, I guess. Before, I literally just took some base plates that were light blue and kind of just put them up right here, and that was really just more or less to hold these two base plates together. And now I do have these 2x1 bricks right here on both sides, of course, right here, and then also here, here, and then also over here, kind of connecting over to Minecraft land at that. And then kind of like another little scene here, we have a little brother and an older brother is what I like to kind of imagine here, kind of out and about on the beach here, and kind of in the ocean, on the lake, whatever you want to call it. I think we're going to try to make this into an ocean. The more I think about it, I really kind of just want to get rid of the airport. It's not really doing too much for us, and I mean, it's just kind of there. I feel like it's kind of just random. I feel like it has a good connection, however, down here at like where the overall tower is, and of course we got Hagrid and Harry up there as well, kind of with his broom there, kind of getting ready there to take off and try out some broom riding there, of course. But I feel like that's really the only thing that's really working for the beach here as right now. Of course, I might, play around with it and move stuff around and that type of thing, of course. But I just really feel like it's kind of awkward at that. I think it does have a nice little connection here. I have yellow gates right here on this base plate, and then I have the white gates right here on this base plate. And I was lucky enough to get these actually at the Pick-a-Brick wall, of course, which is one of my most favorite things at the LEGO store. Anyway, aside from that, I kind of got a little sidetracked there, sorry about that. I am still yet to actually finish placing these studs here around this boat here to kind of give it that full circle there of the implyment that there's kind of like waves and like a little bit of splashing there. And eventually someday I would like to get, I'm thinking more base plates, 2 more base plates for the overall ocean to add more scenes there. And another thing that's a pretty big thing, I think, is I want to get, not these necessarily studs, but some light translucent blue studs there, and kind of like sprinkle them all throughout to kind of add more depth into the ocean rather than just kind of being studs. And yeah, and over here's a small little detail. There's like a little squid there hanging out, little octopus with these rocks, and then this rock actually has stickers on it with a few fish on there as well. But yeah, before we kind of move on, I know I've spent a lot of time on this overall beach section here. I do actually have these right here. The little plants here, little like shrubbage here that was going along right here as well to kind of add like a third barrier there between the airport and the beach, kind of. And I actually took them out because these don't connect into normal studs. I actually had to put them onto these right here, what I'm now using as waves, but those were originally supposed to be like flowers, so now I'm looking for something else to kind of put there if I really do. I'm really not sure too much. But let's move on here to the next section right here, kind of moving a little downtown, I guess was what we're going to be calling it. Over here we have the pet store. I gave this building here a purpose, and I took these brick builds right here. Those brick builds are actually supposed to kind of symbolize mascots, or kind of just like statues on top of the pet store building. And the pet store building, actually, I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be like a grand opening, whatever it's supposed to be. I kind of have like a little bit of a dog show here going on. I'm not really necessarily sure. I'm gonna kind of stick with it kind of being like a grand opening for the pet store type of thing there going on for the minifigs there. And it's a little bit of a dog show here. We have 3rd place, 2nd place, and of course number 1 place. And of course throughout this city here with all the different minifigures, you're going to recognize a lot of them from different sets, custom minifigures, and CMF minifigures as well. This here is kind of the mayor of the city. It's just kind of something I've always had whenever I was little and had the city, which is kind of like the mayor, I guess. It's kind of what we called him, but I don't know, we can move him on to something else. I'm not really too sure because he's kind of been the mayor for quite some time at this point. And then we have a video guy here, a camera guy here taking some video. And then, of course, we got some people watching as well. We got some seats right here and some people standing. This guy is right here telling him he really can't park here. He's actually one of the banana guys coming over here to join the costume party, actually, believe it or not, just kind of without the banana. Right here we have a police dude, and then I love the speed champion cards, because those were something I really wanted to add onto the city because they look, of course, the most realistic and really the most cool. We have a Porsche, I do believe it's actually missing the back of it. I'm not even gonna try, honestly. I know this one's a Ferrari, but I'm not gonna try. I don't want to sound dumb and just say something random. So yeah, those are the three main ones as of right now. I definitely want to get some more, and I can't completely remember if I had another one, to be honest. And then this dude right here is kind of just sitting here, getting ready to park or take off, whatever. He's just kind of in his blue Jeep, chilling there. And I think this is actually, believe it or not, one of the first vehicles I was actually able to get as an actual Lego set for like a car. So that there's a kind of a little memorial type of thing right there. I think it's kind of neat, and I just have a random dude kind of driving it as of right now. Now, aside from all this whole beach area, this beach segment, and then this right here, and this is a little toy store with a little apartment on top. I'm not really going to talk too much about that because there's really not too much going on with it. Same thing for the grocery store. I got a little dude that's coming out, and this right here I've actually been kind of using to put minifigures over here until I'm able to give them a home, I guess, quote unquote, into the actual city. Now, this road right here is blocked off, and then this road right here, of course, is supposed to be blocked off because we have two vehicles right here that I actually might evidently move, and then this one's for sure staying because it's a crane. The guy dude up here eating his sandwich. And a whole construction crew right here building the brand new hospital. The hospital is something I did have before, and I took it apart because I wanted to make it a little more realistic. And yeah, it wasn't realistic, I think, enough in my terms. It was kind of just like a nice little doctor's office, and I really wanted to go full out and make kind of like almost like a skyscraper at that. So that there's definitely going to require a lot of time and a lot of parts. I kind of talk about, honestly, one of my most least favorite parts of the city, for at least as of right now. One of my least favorite minifigure kind of displays here in the city would be my DC one as of right now. I have all the villains attacking our DC heroes. I'm not actually 100% if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I'll be 100% because I'm really not too sure. I never actually watched the Lego Batman movie. I just never really watched it, actually, period, at that, but this is quite honestly just my least favorite one, I guess, as of right now. It's definitely going to get moved around, take some characters out at that, so yeah, that's just kind of a work in progress. I think I kind of just put them there for as of right now, so I'm not really too worried about that on this of what's going on here. And then I think I covered it in my last update, of course, was the downsizing of the police stations. I did have a whole nother police station from 2012, I think, and this is the 2008 one that was right here. So it was just a lot going on with the whole police station, and yeah, there was just too much of that going on. And then I do actually have it right here below the city, so that's right there for as of right now, still is there. And yeah, then I have some kind of, I guess, just miscellaneous buildings as of right now. This one's kind of like a warehouse, almost, and then this one's just like a... I kind of want these two to be like construction places, almost, like a car repair or something, kind of two things to kind of go together at that. I'm not really too sure if I talked about those in the previous update videos, so that's kind of what those are. They're just kind of chilling. I'm definitely going to give them some sort of title at that, like we did with the pet store, so I'm kind of waiting for that as of right now. And then, of course, we have our theater, museum, Sesame Street, sandwich store, and yeah, let's take a little look here at the actual minifigures, however. First of all, we do have a dude right here on his way to the construction sites, so he's gonna find somewhere to park, of course, because yeah, there's nowhere really to go. Some firefighters chilling out right there, and the overall police station with Nick Fury and a chief police officer is kind of what I always called him. Motorcycles, dog, two cop cars right there. Yeah, nothing really too crazy going on right there. And then right there we have kind of our Egyptian queen with a bunch of guards kind of just hanging out and chilling around. And yeah, and we have a little line here, actually, believe it or not, in front of the theater. I kind of like that because theaters are starting to open up here, at least in the USA, and yeah, we'll really have to see, of course, with the Delta variant and how all of that works out. And if you guys are kind of wondering, I'm not really planning on keeping the city as far as minifigures go and what they're actually doing in the city. I'm really not going to keep that, I guess, planned up to real world events such as, like, you know, COVID and all of that. So I'm just kind of doing my own thing with them, and yeah. So yeah, here's another car here, and we have this is kind of hidden actually behind the yellow building, the newest building, something I didn't really talk too much, I feel like, about in the previous video. I really can't remember, to be completely 110% honest, but I do have its new location right here. You can kind of get some glimpses here at the front of the building, but for the most part, when you walk into the room and actually just look at the city, you're going to see the side of it. Two detectives up here. I like to call this guy Detective Louie. I have absolutely no idea. I've been calling him that since I've been like 8 years old. No questions asked. Moving on really to, besides my least favorite kind of minifigure display in the city, we're going to move on to my most favorite here, kind of the Disney section here. Almost, of course, the newest, one of the newest additions to actual official, that being is the Sesame Street, and with the Sesame Street characters, they're all out and about. I had to add the Disney characters right next to them, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Daffy Duck, and, or not Daffy Duck, but Donald Duck, and I honestly forget her name. I'm going to be 110% honest. And, yeah, like I had mentioned, right around the corner, also right here is the Lego Movie Squad there, of course, with them as well. Abe Lincoln and some random dude at the museum. He's walking out, he's going in, chilling. So, yep, that's kind of going on right there. And actually, I might as well mention, I actually had the Lego Movie Squad actually where the Disney Squad was here, and it just wasn't doing it for me, really, to be completely 110% honest. So, yeah, moving then kind of over here, it's kind of like a, I don't even know what to call it, like a movie land, because you got, you know, Sesame Street, and then Disney, and then I want to have more Disney characters over here, and then it kind of connects with the Scooby-Doo as well over here, so I might have to move the Hobbit kind of right here where that one is actually, so it kind of lines it all up and matches it at that. And even then, I think I might move this little display right here of the DC characters over here as well to kind of movie land, I guess is what we're going to be calling it. I kind of like that, and it's kind of something I had going there for a moment. Some dude ordering a sandwich and Stitch pointing at the sandwich sign there, Aladdin and the Genie, and then Mr. Incredible and Syndrome fighting on top of the rooftop. One of my most favorite minifigures, part of the Disney CMF series. And then, of course, moving down, like I had said, we have the Lego Scooby-Doo minifigures, and then kind of the residential area, which I really haven't done anything to at that. Of course, it's just a lady walking right there, and then a dude riding his bike. So that's really all with that. I definitely have to add some things and some life here towards the residential area, that is for sure. So yeah, that there's kind of almost like the little bit of a deep dive there on all the different scenarios that are playing out as of right now in our Lego city. Oh yeah, probably the one thing I really did add besides these two for the residential area was this little kid up here in the tree fort flying his drum. Huge thing I do definitely think I wanted to do to add more life towards the residential area and really in between the downtown area to kind of merge the two, aside from like this movie land right here, would to be having a fire actually going on right here with this house. And I have a bunch of flame pieces at that I actually got from the pick-a-brick wall that are all actually underneath these chairs. So I definitely want to put those to use for sure. And then I'm not really too sure if I've shown too much of it, but Minecraft Land is kind of just the same as of the last two times actually seeing it. It kind of merges here into the water and then is just kind of there. I think it's a nice little thing. Adds more to the city, but it's really just kind of doing its own thing over here. Doesn't really do too much with this overall city. So yeah, there's kind of what the city is looking like. It definitely looks lively, I think, compared towards the last two updates, minifigure wise, especially down here with the beach and then all the different cars and stuff. I'm really falling in love with it for sure. I think there's a lot going on, and I'm pretty happy, especially with how the roads are kind of turning out there. It was one of my most original and I guess hopeful concepts out there I really wanted for the overall city was not to have like just it be like literally like 50% roads and then the rest be buildings and different scenarios with minifigures and all of that other stuff, because I feel like a lot of Lego cities kind of out there do that type of thing, and it's just kind of a waste of space at that, to be completely honest. The only thing I actually missed in this whole Lego City tour was Spider-Man and Iron Man, just kind of, I don't know, doing whatever Spider-Man and Iron Man kind of do over here. Yeah, I think I just kind of put them there to put something there, so they're definitely probably going to move around as well, and kind of even furthermore move into this movie land as well, with more Marvel characters at that. To be completely honest with you guys, just from simply recording this video, I have got so many new ideas to add in to our new LEGO city here, so do be sure you are subscribed to the channel, and stay tuned for those future updates here on the channel. Can't wait to do more and update you guys on more city updates, so do be sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell if you haven't already, guys. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Go comment down below some of your suggestions on what you would like to actually see in the overall city, and yeah, thanks so much for watching today's video. Check out our Instagram, Unofficial LEGO, for more LEGO related content, and leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as it really does help with the channel. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Peace out.